Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream edition. This round of applause is for you. Thank you for not forgetting about me during my my little work trip. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor. And I'm sorry, but not joining me tonight is the greatest producer of all time, Bella. She's at work right now down in Kansas City. But we do have this guy right there. So, Eric, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, Scott. I'm doing all right, brother. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, man, anytime. So here at the podcast, in case you didn't know, we have a tendency to focus. we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market, bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. Status quo, it's no longer acceptable. It's time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome back to the podcast. And again, means the world to me that you guys tune back in. I understand it. It's been a week, man. I haven't done any videos. I haven't. There's no live streams, anything, and you get rusty. You get rusty if you're not actually doing this. But I appreciate you guys' indulgence tonight, and we're gonna have a fun show, man. That's all I'm gonna get into. So. As I always do here, even regardless if Eric's here, I'm still going to have my monologue and have my say on this. And, the great epiphany, it really hit me. It really hit me about 6 months ago, and I've kind of been tiptoeing around it. But you know what? There's no point anymore. There's no point in trying to, soften the blow. There's no point in doing any of that because, it's playing out the way that it's supposed to be playing out. And in this case, I am talking about Cosmos directly. I'm directly talking about Cosmos because I see the market differently. I don't see it the way everybody else sees it. I don't see it the way the way the looters see it. And I'm sorry, man. Look, I'll leave the term up there, looters, and I'm not going to back off from it. I don't see it that way. I watch the Cosmoverse stuff. And Eric's going to tell us all about it. He was there, man. He was over there in Istanbul. Did you have fun over in Istanbul, Eric?
It was a work trip, but they have cats all over the place. That was fun.
They have cat. You didn't do that stuff, did you, dude?
I mean, literal cats. And
oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you were. I thought you said caught. I was like, dude, no, don't do that. Stay away from that stuff. Eric's here, and he is going to give us an update, man. Boots on the ground. That's where it goes. But before he gets his say, I'm going to have my say. And the problem that I had with the entire thing, with all of the Cosmoverse, one, aside from the optics were just god-awful. People just posting up all their pictures of good food and partying, and, we're going to spend like there ain't no end, and everybody just going nuts spending your money. The optics were god-awful. And at the same time that they're out there partying and having the time of their life, Osmo, under a quarter. I mean, just absolutely tanking down. Atom just tanking down. Effectively, everything out here that is not a utility chain in Cosmos was tanking down. And the big announcer, the big alpha, the big one is Stride is going to merge. It's going to merge with Atom, and that's going to save everything. I had a problem with it, but, I understand, man. Look, it's a younger audience. You're pitching to a younger audience. And when you're pitching to a younger audience, you want Lambos, you want hot women, you want good food, you want endless parties because you want people to live that lifestyle. That's what you want. You are pitching for them to work hard and to invest and to trust you so that they can live the lifestyle that you're living. This is old stuff, guys. All right. This has been around for hundreds of years. It's nothing new. But when you're pitching it to a younger investor that didn't realize that this is the way it's been for hundreds and hundreds of years, that it comes out as unique and fun. And a couple of the things that really bothered me is they're paying people to talk about this now. They don't even hide it. Look, we give grants, you make videos, talk it up, yeah. But you're paying people to not be objective. and everybody's just kind of okay with it. I'm not. I'm clearly not, or else I I would be doing something different right now. But you're paying people to talk about this stuff, and they're simply not. They're just tiptoeing around it because the one thing that we cannot talk about here is the price. Now, I have a really good, solid idea why these prices and this bleed and all this stuff is happening. I can say it because I'm not sponsored, because I make my money by investing in crypto and not by being paid to talk about it. So I'm allowed to have my say on this. And the focus is just wrong in the cosmos, completely wrong, with the exception of a very few specific chains. Everything over here, the entire focus is wrong. They are still focused on magic internet money, and that's it. To the detriment of everything, to the detriment of your wallet. They are focused on magic internet money, and that's it. That's all that they care about. People are standing on top of each other, talking about how cool this APR is and how cool this LSD is and how we're going to take an LSD and we're going to turn it into an Omni LSD and a supercharged Omni LSD. And they're just keep adding adjectives to it as if it's going to change the fact that it doesn't capture value. It simply does not. All it does is dilute a market, an ecosystem that doesn't have capital coming into it. It doesn't have capital coming into it because nothing that you're talking about is beautiful or unique. And the real money, the money that matters, they know what you're up to. They know what you're up to, and they are simply not going to participate. So you could keep going out of your way trying to squeeze a dime out of a nickel, or you could actually try to build something useful, something that people want, something that will capture value. And if there is any statement that should apply to Cosmos, the entire ecosystem in 2024, it is value capture. Because right now there are very, very few chains that actually do it. I think it's important. I think that is the secret. That's what cracks the code right there, is actually pretending that you're a business and that the dollars and cents matter and that you cannot simply inflate money to have value. It doesn't work that way. So as much as I liked what they were doing out there, and again, Eric's gonna have his say. He was there, man. He was talking with all these guys. He's hugging and kissing. I don't know what you were doing, dude. I don't know if you were hugging and kissing with them or not. But Eric was out there with them, so he's gonna tell you exactly where the heat is, because that's what seems to matter right now. So Eric, I'm cutting my monologue short. I'm turning the show over to you, sir. Tell me. Educate me, inform me about Cosmoverse and the alpha that was simply not put out there. Eric, take it away, sir.
Yeah, so I've had the unique experience of going to both the last two. I went to the one in Medellin, Colombia a year ago, and that one was better, but still you're pretty spot on with what you're talking about. I mean, if you trust private companies to sponsor scientists, you can't trust the data that comes from it. If you trust private entities to sponsor media, it's going to be propaganda. And so, yeah, most of what you hear about it, like, oh, wow, we've got so many new faces. No, there weren't. We've got tons of investors. There were like 3, and we all knew who they were. That being said, there is some cool stuff being built. This still is cutting edge technology. We still are ahead of Ethereum in a lot of different ways. So it's there was good and bad. I didn't want to go. I actually booked tickets the day before I left my wife stranded watching my 3 kids plus 3 other kids. So she wasn't thrilled about it, but with everything that happened with Osmosis Prop 638, it was the time to go and rub elbows and hug and kiss, as you suggest, all of the different projects and showcase why Astrovault should be their liquidity hub. In general, you get a lot of what you're seeing in this. We're like, oh, Osmosis is at a new all-time low. Let's sponsor pillow fights. They're not at a new all-time low. Let's spend $400K to sponsor this event across the world and dress up in Roman Empire gear. Like, I don't know. As a bag holder of most of these Cosmos tokens, like, that's not reading the room, in my opinion. Just the fact that we're putting on these huge events, like, a lot of things could take place digitally. Like, we could be really good at that, you know?
I absolutely adored that Sonny was in a Roman armor. I loved it. I was like, dude, are you familiar with what happened at the tail end of the Roman Empire? Because the only thing you were missing was a fiddle That's the only thing that you were missing. That which is a reference to Nero for anybody who's kind of into that. The only thing you were missing was a fiddle, because while you were up there speaking, your token was tanking, absolutely tanking. This thing is absolutely completely rock bottom. The entire cosmos seems to rely on it, and you're up there having the time of your life as millions and millions and millions of dollars are hemorrhaging off from your exchange, and you're sitting up there saying, "Hey, all is well, man. Let him eat cake." What am I missing here, Eric?
Not much. Some bad takeaways. Yeah, a lot of teams spent way too much money that they don't have, not reading the room or understanding what's going on. The ROI is definitely not there for most of the teams that really sponsored this. I actually am proud of Archway for pulling out a sponsorship. I think that was the right fiscal move. Some good takeaways. There are a lot of new projects that are coming out and building some really cool infrastructure. Now, it's frustrating as every single project's building different types of infrastructure. However, like some form of what is coming out in that capacity will probably be the future of the internet. So that much really is exciting, that there is a lot of new people getting into Cosmos, whether they're connected to the cartel or not, and that growth is taking place in some way, shape, or form. There are unities outside of Stride and Osmosis trying to get bailouts from like the LPs of Atom. And as you mentioned coming onto the stream, it's like there are a few really good projects here. It's just not what everyone hears about 100%. And so what I'm trying to do right now is unite all of the real projects, all the ones that can be businesses that have products that can be sold, and unite these together so we can bootstrap and get our own marketing and get our own product market fit and support each other, because we're not getting that from the people that are laundering and being basically bridge trolls in the Cosmos ecosystem.
Look at you, man. You're pulling that out tonight, aren't you? Laundering and the bridge trolls. I just call them looters. I mean, they have no interest in the success or in this long-term success of this, man. They're in right now. Cosmos is declining. Don't take my word for it. Go to CoinGecko. Go look at your Atom holdings. All right. There's an exodus that's happening right now. So the cartel, the people in charge, the people who have all the funds, they're just trying to get what they can while they can. And they're more than happy to let it just settle down, do whatever. They've done what they could do. They've made their money, and they're going to move on. The reason that I continue to support this is because there are a couple of chains on here that I absolutely see as the future of the internet, of the future of Web3. So it's important that they kind of try to maintain at least a semblance of reality, but it seems like they simply don't care. I mean, people are still up there pitching Atom. They're just going, "Oh, you got to buy Atom." Okay, why? Why would I buy Atom? What does it do? Well, you can take it and you can stake it and you can turn it into an LSD and you can bridge it here, and then you can take loans against it so that you can make even a bigger APR. So it's a magic internet money token. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. There are those arguments for Atom. There are other arguments for Atom, but we're seeing a lot of that one, and that's basically not any different than Safe Moon. And that's so frustrating to me. It's like, oh, well, you can do a bunch of stuff in its own secluded universe that never connects to the real world. That's not good enough.
It's not even close to good enough, dude. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars that are just getting sucked out of this right now. But guess what, guys? Everybody, going full screen here, Eric. It's your money. That's what they're here for. They're here for your money. You, sir, you, MJ, you, Codart, you, everybody on the stream, you are the product of the cosmos right now, and you need to really, really wrap your head around that. You are the product. They need you to buy this token. They need you to stake this token. They need you to hold this token. Even though it does nothing, even though it has no use to itself aside from magic internet money, which, as you should at least be aware, is not indefinite because it defies the laws of economic reality. And you can defy the laws of economics, but you cannot you can't defy the results of ignoring the laws of economics. And that seems to be what we're trying to do here. Now, you guys know I have my favorite chains, but these chains are businesses. These are businesses. They offer a product. Somebody will pay to use the product. I hope somebody will pay to use the product. If not, I'm smoked, dude. But it's a product. You pay to use it. They provide a service. You find value in it, and you give them money so that you can use a service. I understand that this is an alien concept in crypto, but it's not an alien concept in business, and that's what we're talking about here. So until we actually get back to looking that direction, to funding businesses or helping businesses or supporting businesses until we get here. Until we get there, guys, this is it. This is the new normal, is to see hoping Bitcoin, hoping an ETF comes through so that the Nash equilibrium will kick in. We'll get a little bit of pump. Everybody who was in before is going to ride it up 10, 20, 30%. They're going to pull their profits and they're going to leave because this is crypto and this is what you do. So we can continue on this path to what I consider destruction. We can continue to do this, or we can start to change up the game. That's why Eric and I have such long talks. He is literally changed. Look, here's his DEX, guys. Look, this is it. This exists. All right, it's a product. I'm showing your splash page, dude. This is it. This is a product. This is something. The only DEX on Cosmos right now that actually generates income. How do you know it generates income? Because they gave you a statistics page and they told you, look, this is the income that we've generated here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, great, Eric's making money, but this income goes to the token. Eric, where am I wrong here?
You're not at all.
Well, my goodness. So it's almost like you're acting like a business. You're generating income for a product, the product that will allow you to swap token A for token B, and you're using that to support the actual token that's on the DEX. What a concept. And there's only one person doing it, and it's sitting right there. So, yes, I'm a big fan. Eric pays me dick. In fact, he and I disagree about a lot more things than we agree with. He's still a silly, young, ignorant man. I'll get him up. I'll fix him. But it's going to take time. By the way, that's a beautiful chart right there, dude. I am looking at that. Look at everything. Jackal, Arch, everything is up. And Decenter is just killing it right now, by the way.
Everything is up because of Decenter. Like, I'm not kidding.
No,
People had to buy Arch to buy Decenter. Buying Arch raises the price of Jackal as well. Like, Decenter has dragged everything on Astrovault up. And they should continue to. I mean, we look at the BAT market cap of $250 million and the Decenter market cap up to like not even 500,000 yet. Like, it's talk about a low cap gem.
Dude, Decenter is gonna kill. You know, that was so funny. I was talking about it before it listed. I was like, look, man, I've been using this for a long, long time, and I said, look, I just take a look at it. All right, if nothing, I don't even care if you invest in the token. It's irrelevant to me. I don't care. I could buy the entire chain right now. It's irrelevant to me whether you get into this. I'm just saying try the product. The product is pretty cool. Decenter is a good damn app. And I mean, it's Chromium based. It's not like you even have to learn a new system. It's Chromium based. If you've ever used Chrome, this thing works a treat. It's pretty cool how that is. So anyway, guys, look, man, we're getting into a bunch tonight. All right, we're taking apart. It's a money stream. Sorry, Bell is not here to talk into the air and tell me to get back on point. So I can do what I want. And we're going to be doing a money stream. We're deep diving a few tokens, a few other things here because above all, we are an investment channel that talks about what I invest in. So, you know, that's kind of what we do. We're going to stick to it. But before we do that, we have to tell you all about our newest sponsor, and we're going to get Eric is going to be reading this one to you. Belle goes out, she scours the world, she finds us sponsors that would maybe throw a few bucks to a show like this, and this happens to be one of them. So Eric, if you could, sir, take it away, tell everybody about our latest and greatest, then I'm going on mute.
Well, I mean, you guys have to hear about Ogden City Mall. Well, hello there, podcasters. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been shopping for clothes and whatnot and wish you could get nails and bug spray and baby clothes at the same time? Do you hate driving across town to purchase thumbtacks and all the way back to another store for a Hershey's bar and deodorant? Do you wish there was a way to get all of these things and more at one location? Well, now there is, podcasters, and it's called the Ogden City Mall, the good one. If you're looking for baby clothes, we got them. If you're looking for tennis shoes, we got those too. And how about lids? Do we have lids? You bet we do. At the Ogden City Mall, you can get what you need because we probably have it. It's a mall, damn it. But not only can you get these things, you can also have fun. At Blanco's Clown College, you can live your dream of entertaining the world with a big red nose and floppy shoes. Feeling uptight? Visit One Ching's for a pleasant massage in a very private room. And for those who are craving fine dining, the Ogden City Mall food court has some of the greatest selections in the greater Ogden area, with Duke's corn dogs and Little Caesars for fine Italian. Yum, Little Caesars. That's Italian. So what are you waiting for, podcasters? Get on down to the Ogden City Mall, Ogden, Delaware, and buy stuff. Don't forget that coupon code. Hit me with your big silly ass for 3% off any purchase. The Ogden City Mall, the good mall, not the other one.
We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. I have to run out to the Ogden City Mall. The Ogden City Mall, the good one, not the other one. And I think we all know what we're talking about here. All right, we got a lot to get to, but before we do, Eric, because my bell isn't here. This sucks, man. It really sucks. I cannot do this program alone. We like to, keep up the production value, and I got to have Bell for it, man, and she ain't here, so this is a little rough. So, Eric, do we have? Are you looking through the questions? Because I'm not, man. I can't. I have to look at the camera. Do we have any questions or concerns?
We
Please.
we have a good couple questions. So New Type asked us to Eli 5, explain like he's 5 what the difference is between S-Arch and AMP-Arch, which are the two hybrid pools on Astrovault right now. S-Arch is by Lydia Labs, the liquid finance team. Auto compounding derivative with no governance token, basically like Stride, but better. And then AMP-Arch is by Eris Protocol, another auto compounding derivative, kind of like Stride, but better. But they AMP-Arch will give you a little bit less of the rewards, but use it to try to help maintain PEG a little bit better. Means it's a little bit less profitable to hold than S-Arch is, but they do have a couple of additional features. That being said, we kind of bypass the help of that by having our own super fancy hybrid pools. So my personal preference is S-Arch. Usually like that should go up in value a little bit faster. And I really like the team. They're really good to work with. Eris Protocol is a great team too. They're just very focused on doing a lot of other things. This is just one integration. So if you want one general purpose LSD provider for a bunch of chains, go with them. You know my thoughts on them. They're not great. Other question, we got wait.
No, I'm not letting you off on that one, dude. All right. I know you don't want it. You know what I'm going to ask. And I know you don't want me to because you're kind of beholden to these people now, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You are under no obligation to answer the question. How do you feel about LSDs? Honestly, from an economic fundamental standpoint, because you are now starting to acquire quite a few of them. How do you feel about them? And here's the question from me to you. How do they go up in value, aside from people buying them? Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. They go up in value by default, but not their governance token. So if you're really, really lazy and you're never going to claim your stake in rewards, then sure, use an LSD. My issue isn't with people just using LSDs so that they can get their stake in rewards and not have to worry about it as much. My issue is trying to build on top of LSDs, and just the math behind it doesn't make sense. You just saw ST Atom depeg over 10% against like the underlying collateral, and I did all the math on this. I'm the one that's been saying this forever. Like, it can't maintain PEG. Like, it's fundamentally broken to. And everyone's like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, don't worry about it. And then they're all on Twitter like, oh, wow, what an arbitrage opportunity. This is trading for 6% under its collateral. Wow, 2 months later, still what an arbitrage opportunity. This is still trading 4% underneath its collateral. It's like, yeah, when are you going to get that, like, arbitrage only moves it so far? And like so
I got Stride pulled up right now, dude. The granddaddy. I got Stride pulled up. 40%. just under 40% down over the last 30 days, man. And again,
Stride doesn't make sense. It fundamentally doesn't make sense. The whole narrative that the Cosmos is pursuing on having a general purpose staking derivative, which just extracts a bunch of users or a bunch of value from the users and then is built into applications that don't make money, is broken. And so the narrative
I've been
that we're
saying
pushing,
it for fucking months. I've gotten hammered on this more than anything else. How come you're not in Stride? I was like, 'cause it's a loser, man. Look, you got to look beyond 3 months. All right, take a 30,000-foot view on these and say, okay, how does it acquire value? And if you actually are up in the clouds looking down at the roadmap, you're like, yeah, there's no way. It simply won't do.
Stride does have real yield, and it's by taking it from the users, and it's at the expense of the apps. And the alternative solution, which we literally built out and have been telling people for over a year, is every single application having their own staking derivative for the liquidity that they attract. I just gave a speech on this in Cosmoverse where I walked through is like the whole purpose of DEXs was to take Coinbase's business model and put them on chain. And they were like, oh, well, to make this work, we have to take this trading fees, the revenue that's going to the team, and we have to give it to these LPs. Well, crap, now we don't have any revenue. Let's launch a token. Well, now Coinbase has a lot more revenue than just trading fees. Coinbase charges way less, sometimes nothing, for listings of proof of stake tokens, and then they stake way more than they're supposed to, like way more than the users tell them to, and they only have to keep enough liquid to process withdrawals. That is what Astrovault built into DeFi, so we're earning all of the staking rewards of the liquidity that isn't liquid, that needs to process withdrawals, and then we can offer them better services. We can pay for their liquidity and charge them a lot less. Well, with what we're doing for derivatives, any application that gets TVL can now earn revenue from the liquidity that they attract. And then they can have fixed pricing where now you can build things on top of them that use oracles where these derivatives aren't depegging in price compared to the other assets. Whereas right now we have Stride, a general purpose staking derivative, which is easy to build, by the way. That's extracting all of the revenue. They're earning money, so none of the apps are. And all of their token prices are depegging and have to depeg forever, which makes it not safe to build next levels on top of them. So like, and people are just forcing this because it's like all they know, and it's just never mathematically made sense.
Well, and the other issue I've had with this for a long, long time, who would build on top of an LSD? What is the point? The point of the LSD is to turn the investor into the product. So what are you gonna build on top of it, man? These guys only have so much money, man, and you've already taken it all.
Yeah, so the goal is like, oh, well, if you're going to take a debt position, if you're going to put in collateral, if you put your collateral in this instead, your collateral grows up by itself over time. And that makes sense. Like, there's not a flaw in that logic. It's just how it's executed. Like, technically, if you were just to not know anything about staking derivatives and build it from scratch, you'd assume that, oh, well, those tokens are staked, and so that collateral's still there, but you're still earning liquid staking rewards. And now they're like, oh, we're going to throw it into the token directly. It's like, why don't you just take those tokens and use it to pay off your debt or use it to add collateral? But now you still have the stake token being the same as the native token without all of this weird debasing that's taking place that forces arbitrage, but also doesn't enable arbitrage. So like the concept of building on top of LSDs makes sense. The route to doing it really does suck. And then as more apps do it themselves, then everything becomes more secure. As everything's more secure, we don't have to pay as much for security, which is the staking rewards, meaning we could get rid of this hyperinflation.
But what apps? This is what I've been asking for 2 goddamn years, sitting up here. I tweet her about it. Do we still tweet or do we X now? I'm not going to say I do that, man. I barely figured out Twitter. What apps? How many apps? Eric, I'm asking you honestly, man, right now. How many non-financial apps are sitting on your phone right now, something that you pay to use, something that it fulfills a need for you? How many Web3 apps, non-financial apps and not wallets, are on your phone right now? You see, like right there, 2? Your pause is the problem. That is the problem. So when we keep talking about apps, well, we got to get apps out here. That's great, but they're just going to be more magic internet money apps because they don't fulfill a need. Decenter, you can put it on your phone right now, man. Make it your browser. It costs you dick. It's a better browser. It's more private. It's more secure. You have an energized team. I saw the comment from Vic Boy up there. Where was it? Any up-to-date info on the Dissenter team? Eric's has that up-to-date info, and I'm going to let him share that with you because this is what we're here for. But What it's a free goddamn Web3 app. We're crypto people. We go out of our way saying we got to use crypto products, and you have one right there. And how many people are using it? I've been talking about I made Decenter videos 1.5 years ago. I've been using it forever. This is an OG token, man. This thing has been
20,000 monthly active users.
It is what I'm saying.
Far more than anything else.
That is staggering. Staggering. And yet now that all of a sudden the price is going up a little bit, all of a sudden Twitter's going nuts. Everyone, oh, Decenter, I've been a big fan for a long time. My ass, you've been a big fan for a long time. Until I told Eric, and Eric got them on board, and all of a sudden people are getting visibility on this. There you go. But you had your chance to say I was first and you weren't. So all I'm trying to do, and I don't give a fuck about I don't care, man. I care about bringing good Web3 products to light, to visibility, so people use them. We're crypto people that don't use crypto apps. Do you not see a fundamental flaw in our reasoning? We all want to invest in something for somebody else to use, but we won't use it ourselves. There is nothing easier for you to use right now than the Decenter app. It is leagues above Brave. And let me tell you specifically why. I'm going big screen here, Eric, by the way, because you have a team that will build any goddamn feature into this app, into this browser that you ask them for. If you say, I would sure like to see it do this, guess what? It will do this. They are building this for you. All you got to do is ask. Anyway, Eric, let's take Vic Boy's question there. If I can find it again, man. What's going on with the team, dude? Go ahead.
So let me give you guys just kind of my last 2-3 weeks roadmap that's gone down with Decenter. I had never heard of them before. I've been working in Cosmos for like 3 years. I had literally never heard of Decenter until Scott brought it up to me. So thank you, dude, for turning me on to him. And I'm like,
yeah,
a web browser? Like, if that's been real in Cosmos, I think I would have heard about it. So I tried it out. I wasn't looking for a new browser. Brave and Chrome work fine for me. I try it out. It's so good. Like, it is genuinely better than Brave. How the hell is the best UX application in all of Cosmos that's been around for 3 years? How have I literally never heard of it? So I'm like, I gotta go talk to this team. I have to see what's going on with them, their token. They've got like $13,000 of liquidity on Osmosis. Like, I got to go talk to this team. So I got a hold of Nikita. We hopped on a call. The dude's brilliant. He's amazing. He's completely value aligned with any of our libertarians, with any of the people with the crypto ethos. He's not in here for money. He's in here to make a difference, which is what we care about. And our team just hit it off immediately. He'd been completely burned by Osmosis and the cartel. And he's like, look, I'm just trying to build something great. We've got 20,000 active users. We're doing this. We're doing that. Like, we are so far ahead of anybody else with how we're integrating stuff. We, like, Kepler wanted to charge us an arm and a leg, so we just built Leap directly into the browser, which is amazing. We already have DVPN built directly into the browser. I'm like, can you get Jackal? Like, we'll get Jackal into the browser. Hell, if you guys support us the way we think you're going to support us with Astrovault, we'll get Astrovault built into the browser. I'm like, you have access to the entire browser team immediately there on Telegram, and they'll work. They'll turn around. You ask them to do something, they'll get it done that same day. Leap has the same mentality. My team has the same mentality. Like, these are the teams that are really, really aggressively shipping. Not like, oh, we'll have a corporate meeting about that in 2 weeks, and from that meeting we'll schedule a couple meetings and then make some processes to deliberate whether or not we'll take 2 steps in that direction. We're going to need to decentralize this process, though. Like, that's what we are getting from a lot of these bigger teams with high market caps. Like, they think that they're Google or something. The smaller teams that are just determined, that are just focused on their product and their product's vision and nothing else, are the ones getting the most done. So they are very actively doing stuff. I saw in the comments they're asking if the DEC token captures value from the utility. Yes, very similar to how Brave does, but with honestly more integrations. You can pay for DVPN, it routes through the DEC token. You can pay for Jackal, it routes through the DEC token. Like, we'll figure out more and more integrations as this goes through, but everything that gets integrated to their browser will route through their token. They're already partnered with Squid Router from Axelar to just make this as seamless as possible, even from Ethereum, even from USD. And then as we get more and more users, as this platform grows, you have the option, similar to Brave, of whether or not you watch ads. And if you do, you get this token and they get more money to make the token more valuable. So like, this is a working model. We've seen this take place with Brave already. And this is genuinely a better product and leagues ahead of Brave. And that blows my mind to say.
You know what I like about it? I do. there's a lot of things I like about it. One, from an investment standpoint, I love the market cap, dude, because I can come in here and bully this thing. I love what, dude, come on, man. Look, we're an investment channel, dude. All right. I'm talking to investors. I love the market cap, but I love the product. One of the cool things, and this is really, I'm going big screen here. This is really, I see this as an incredible opportunity for smaller investors in something like this, but I really see it as an opportunity for people who want to get more into Web3 infrastructure, such as validators. If you want to come up and support something like this, why I think that this is a good thing. Now, you're not going to make a fortune on this one, dude. The market cap is too small. The token is not in good shape right now. There's not a lot of liquidity. But one of the things that I absolutely really dig about this, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, is over here on the staking in the validators. Now, naturally, you see Astrovault going way up there at the top. They're not the tippy top, but this is the way the Astrovault model works. All right, they're going to take this, harvest this, take it, put it on their DEX, turn it from Decenter into Decenter X. Everybody's making money up here. It kind of works out. But the nifty thing that I like about this is that for you to get into the active set, for those that you see all these jailed animals right here, all the people who have completely given up, that say they don't see the value or the value capture in something like this, that's my wheelhouse right there, man. All right, this is how I've made my money for 25 years of investing, is finding value in things that people don't see value in, and I happen to see value in this. For somebody who wants to come in right now, right this very moment, get in the active set in Decenter, to not farm it. That is what they need right now. They're going to need validators that are not simply here to loot the chain, but to support the chain. Because the tokens that you acquire right now that you put right back onto your own validator, these are the tokens that are going to be continue to go up in price, because suddenly people are getting visibility on what is an excellent Cosmos product. So you can literally get into the active set. There it is, 20,136 Decenter tokens on this. Now, how much is 20,136? Well, let's run over to Astrovault and let's just take a look. So if I wanted to trade something like USDC Noble and I wanted to trade it for Decenter, let's just say I did $100. I got 19,408. So $100, $150. Well, let's make it real here, dude. $150. We'll do 150. 29,000 tokens, which will get you into the active set, the bottom end of it, but the active set of Decenter's validator set.
You don't even need that. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You can do it with one deck. The active validator set maximum is 100. And they only have 45 active. You can spin it up with nothing. With nothing,
but I'm just saying, if you want to get on the list right now, man,
I'll be at the bottom.
You got to put something on there, dude. Come on, man. Don't be an ass. It's just rude. Let's see. So if we were to use the visualizer over here, if I was to trade $150 of USDC Noble, I'll get $130 worth of Decenter, because it's going to cost me $20. What percentage is that, Eric? $20 of 150. What is that? About 15% for me to make that trade, because there's not a lot of liquidity over here. But this is, again, I see it as a strength and not a weakness, because there is such low liquidity over here right now. If you get a strong team, if you get a set of validators that are here to support the chain as opposed to destroy the chain, man, this thing is going to turn like you've never seen, and it's going to be my second home run. Jackal is my first. Decenter is going to be my second, but you guys do you. I'll tell you what, I'll even do this because I'm up so much today. I had a good day. We'll go ahead and make the trade, Eric. You owe me $20 for this, by the way, dude. That's a lot of slippage, dude. That $20. There's no liquidity here. I'm going to have to go out to other DEXs, find liquidity, and buy it and bring it bring it over to here, man, because this is the home of Decenter right now, man. It's not what.
In contrast, I mean, this $150 trade on Decenter would be the same as a, man, like, I don't know, $45,000 trade on Osmo, maybe even like higher than that.
Right.
Like the percentage of market cap in liquidity, which Vicky, great point by the way in the comments, that the total supply on CoinGecko is wrong. It should be 280 million, not 200 million, which puts the market cap more around 680,000.
That's
Still,
right.
we have over 5% of liquidity of the market cap, which is high. Most projects are more around like 2 to 3%. So the percentage towards liquidity is high. The market cap is so low that this massive price impact is inevitable when you purchase the token, up until the point where the token market cap is so much higher.
I know, man. Right now, I'm eating it on every single trade, dude. But that's okay. I like to support things. The neat thing I like to see is that your decenter X decenter has increased by about 25% since this morning. That's because Eric, tell them why it's increased by 20% since this morning.
Number go up.
Number go up. Wow, that's one way, man. The other way is that every time that you make a purchase of decenter, what happens? Every time I make that purchase, what happens? On your decks, what happens?
We get a little bit of POL.
Little bit.
Yeah, somebody trades Atom for deck. Atom will mint X Atom, which gives us more Atom staking rewards. Right now, is that pool's in balance. X Atom purchases X Arch purchases X deck, which will raise the ratio, raise the price of decenter, and then it will go from X deck to regular deck. And we'll like these are small fees here on the end pools, but those fees stay in protocol and liquidity. And so you can check on the stats page. Like we've been live for 1 day, we've already earned like I don't know $30 worth of deck or something, mostly from inflation. But yeah, we're gonna keep building POL. And as you mentioned, you're like, oh, Jackal's your first home run. This is your second home run. We've been actively looking. Yeah, I agree. We've been actively looking for these other real world projects, these real businesses. We dilute ourselves if we just kind of accept everyone on Astrovault. If like we want to avoid projects that are going to go to zero and invest in projects that are going to succeed, that can if they get the right support. And it's not like Decenter is one to add to that basket. Decenter is the one that unites everything. Like this is a first home run caliber token. Like Astrovault is going to be so much better because of Decenter's growth. So I'm stoked to be partnered with.
Oh no, and I'm with you, man. We got to get Big Canna over here. We do. I don't understand. I'm gonna email TJ and say, dude, what the hell, man? Come on, let's just get it done. Let's get some visibility on your project. It's an excellent project. Let's see. Look at what Decenter just did in a single day. We got to put it out, man. Because these are actual guys. These are actual products, man. These are things that people pay to use, not LSDs, not crazy, magic internet money, but things that people will pay to use. And that's very important. And speaking of things that people will pay to use, guys, we're at break. So give me just a second here. I have to ask you, good evening, podcasters. Are you like me? Eric, are you like me? Do you struggle to make travel arrangements when your producer is out of town at a Ren Fair down in Kansas City? Are you tired of the shame of taxi cabs and embarrassed that you don't know how to use the Uber? Do you wish there was a better way, folks, to get from point A to point B without thumbing it? Well, now there is, folks, and it's the newest sensation sweeping the traveling population. All you have to do, guys, is get in the van. Now, when you use the Uber, I swear I can get through these when I'm writing them, man, but as soon as I start to read them, all of a sudden I go to pieces. When you use the Uber, there are entirely too many steps. You have to wait here. You have to confirm there. You have to match IDs. It's too much, and people are tired of it. With Get in the Van, all you have to do is push a single button on a single app, wait for a bit, and a non-discreet, windowless van will arrive at your location. But hey, doesn't that sound a little sketchy, Eric? What do you think, man? Security precautions have already been taken. All right. The driver will tell you, get in the van, and that's all there is to it. Safety first. All you need to do is get in, sit back, and relax, and you will end up somewhere. It's fun for you. It's fun for the kids. Add a little bit of adventure to your travels and just get Just get in the van. We will be right back, Podocasters. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And again, thank you. Oh, I didn't get the full applause. I need to bask in my own glory here. Thank you. Are you guys suddenly buying this? I mean, is that what happened? Because since we went live, that happened. This is it. Let's see. What do? We made $200 since this stream started. So, yeah, I couldn't be happier. Well done, Astrovault. Well done, Decenter. And by the way, the browser that you're looking at right here, guys, this is Decenter itself. So there you go. Eric, questions, comments, concerns, observations, anything. Come on, man. Dazzle me.
Yes. Big Boy also said that the max supply is inaccurate.
It is.
I believe that means it's infinite instead of capped at 1 million or 1 billion. I don't actually know, but Vic, I'd love some more comments on that. I'm still new here. I'm a pleb. Just grateful that you turned me on to this because we're gonna turn this into a wave pretty quick.
All right, carry on, dude. Anything else?
That's mostly it. Other than that, a lot of people just getting in vans, you know.
Bell is so much better at this than you are, dude. I mean, 100%. You are not a producer, man. I'm not busting your balls a little bit. I'm busting your balls a little bit. But I got a pro on the other side, and she usually wears something low cut. That works for everybody.
Instead of my Jesus shirt, fine.
Instead of your Jesus shirt. And here I am dressed up like a well, you know what? I do this for you guys. All right, I really do, because every time I see these events and I see this and I see people in T-shirts and flip-flops that are talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm like, it's a me thing. It really is, because I'm an old guy, man. Just pretend you give a shit. Pretend you care just a little bit about what you put on your back. But that's a me thing. I'm not trying to push that onto anybody else. So we got nothing. Am I free to just run loose? Because when I run loose, dude, and you know I'm in the sauce right now. All right, I filled that glass more than once on this stream. So I'm kind of hoping that Belle finishes up and she can jump on the stream right now, because I'm having a ball. That's it. You've looked through all the comments. There's nothing else. We're not leaving anybody hanging, right?
Sure. I've got some questions for you, Scott.
Okay, go ahead.
1, how was your Cosmoverse experience? And 2, how's your experience been like with the Osmosis router lately?
You guys want to see my experience with the Osmosis router? It's easier to show you. I mean, it really is. So, Eric, let's say I wanted to buy Decenter because I'm a big fan. Let's say that I wanted to make this swap right now, and you guys are seeing mine. Let's say I wanted to swap some Axelar for Decenter. Let's pretend I wanted to do that. Oh, yeah, the fucking thing doesn't even show up. It's not even there, dude. It's not even in the list. I could swap for Noble. I could do that all day, and it makes sense that Noble would show up when I'm searching for Decenter, so it would certainly make sense for that to happen. What's happening right here is a whole bunch of people that have been living on their laurels, that have been enjoying their money, and that really simply, obviously, don't give a shit about where their dex is right now. And I think I know why. I think I have a pretty... I love this, by the way, dude. I'm showing Decenter. 35% today, and people are bitching about Cosmos. You can't make any money here, man. You're going to get smoked. We called this days and days ago, weeks ago. We said, hey, take a look at the center, man. It's about to get interesting. Did I say that? Did I tweet that? Can anybody confirm that I put that out well before the pump? I'm not asking for credit. I'm just pointing out the obvious here. And why people are simply ignoring this right now. Don't give a shit. This is what they care about. They care about this. We're looking at osmosis right now that just hit its all-time low 2 days ago. 2 days ago, while Sonny and all the people who are dining and partying and having a great time on your money, are telling you that all is well and that you should expect TVL to go down. It's baked It's baked in to the system that TVL is going to naturally decline. Eric, I'm not even going to answer this one, dude. I'm going to make you do it. Is that what you would expect of a DEX? Go ahead, dude. Fire away, man. Fuck it. You don't owe these guys anything. Anything.
I literally included a screenshot of that tweet in my presentation at Cosmoverse. Like no holds barred. I'm just this is wild. Everyone's talking about like, oh, this ecosystem needs more liquidity, and Osmosis is like, yeah, well, we ain't your place for it. And and it has to do with their interpretation of real yield. If it's trade fees divided by liquidity, and you can't raise the trade fees, you got to lower the liquidity. And it doesn't work. I went into it. If you want to check out CryptoChem's Twitter, he posted a video of my presentation. But we actually earn revenue from our liquidity. So we're happy to get more and more and constantly growing liquidity because that actually raises our revenue because we're not doing nothing with it. So it's Osmosis is doing the right call for them. The right call for them is not the right call for the ecosystem. There's past Prop 638 telling the entire Cosmos ecosystem, hey, here's a middle finger. You're never going to get incentives here. So it will never be more profitable to LP on our pools than it is to just stake, which just lowers liquidity even further. And we are going to offer something very, very different. Scott, I do have another question that I completely missed because I am not Bella for you.
Okay,
and that is from Monero Dinero asking if Jack will be a use case for Ator. Hashtag Ator. I don't know what that token is. You got to teach me, bro.
I don't know Ator, man. Unless no, I don't know that token, brother. Monero, dude, he's informed, man. He's been with us for a long time. My heart goes out to you, man, and all of you guys that continue to follow this tiny little nub of a YouTube channel, man. You guys, I don't think you guys know what it means to me that you continue to show up and just watching me show my ass. I mean, night after night after night, but you guys continue to tune in, man. You don't know what it means to me, and it means everything. I mean, you guys are literally the reason that I do it. And Monero Dinero, you're one of the guys that have been with us since day one. Is Jackal going to turn up as a use case? You know, Jackal is in kind of a weird place right now. Not technically. Technically, it's fucking fantastic, dude. They kicked it out, man. Look, you can get 2 gigabytes of self-custody data storage right now for 20 cents a year. At this actually, I think it went up a little bit because Jackal's going up. But let's call it 25 cents a year for 2 gigabytes, man. If you bought it right this moment, you can pay it. You can get it for 25 cents a year, 2 gigabytes of backup, self-custodied storage. The issue that Jackal's going to run into, and that Jackal continues to run into, is shit like this. Now, this was put up by this is the Osmosis Reddit. For some reason, this guy right here, Clayton's War, he's probably on the stream right now. He loves me. I mean it, dude. He loves me, Eric. I can literally visualize this guy right now sitting in his basement, putting on lipstick, polishing a rifle with a picture of me on the wall. He fucking hates me, every bit of me, man. And whenever I go live, he's always there because anything I say ends up over here on the Osmosis Reddit. So I just get this visual of him listening, putting on lipstick, just smearing it all over his face, saying, I'm going to kill this fucking guy. I have that. But he also started this particular thread, which is over on the Reddit, is Jackal a failed project? And I look through the comments because it's Jackal, dude. I'm a big investor. Of course I'm going to read. I want to get the feel of the community. I want to see what they're doing. And some of the shit that was posted on here, man, just proves to me, absolutely proves to me, that people will not do their research. And more importantly, people are not ready for self-custody. They're not ready for their own taking control of their own data. The world itself is not ready for something like this, man, because it's not. And the funny thing is, it's not even extra work. The very concept that you don't have to trust a corporate entity such as Amazon Web Services or Facebook or Microsoft, that you don't have to just trust them to do the right thing. It's absolutely lost on people. They can't even conceive of something like this. And based on this, some of the comments on here, it tells me everything I want to know about the crypto investor. I don't get it either. Why would I go with an unknown company to trust my data with compared to Dropbox or fucking Google at the same pricing? That comment right there tells me everything that I need to know about your average crypto investor. The fact that you are embracing Web3, decentralization, self-custody, taking care of your own goddamn business, and you're up here mentioning Dropbox and fucking Google when you're discussing a Web3 project. Sir, we're done. All right? I cannot explain this to you because we're not even speaking the same language. That's how far apart we are. You might as well be speaking Swahili, which I don't understand, because even if I go and tell you about self-custody, if I tell you about decentralization, if I tell you about the fact that when you take your silly dick pic and you upload it to Jackal, one person on the planet can see it. One. You. Because you're the only one who controls the wallet. That is it. Now, if that's too much for you to grasp, this is not a good product for you, man. It just isn't. Because all I saw up and down here were people talking about Filecoin and Arweave. What's the first thing, Eric, that Filecoin and Arweave ask you for? The very first thing. I know you don't know the answer to this because this is my wheelhouse and not yours. But do you know what the very first thing they ask you is?
Yeah, KYC.
KYC. Who are you? So your wallet is irrelevant. Every single bit of it is irrelevant because as soon as you upload it, we know who did it because you told us. If you can't understand this from a politically libertarian perspective, that your business should be your business, sir, we have nothing to discuss because I can't explain it to you because you simply will not understand. So Clayton's War, and I know you're out here, dude. I know you are. I hope you're wearing purple tonight because I think that would be incredibly hot. Dude, if he's going to put me down, I want him to put me down clean. All right, I'm a 26-year vet right here, buddy. If you're going to do it, man, at least do a little bit of research so you can speak intelligently about the thing that you're attacking. Because you clearly don't get it. Anyway, Eric, questions, comments, man, carry on. I've already made an enemy for life, dude. I might as well stoke that fire a little bit, man.
It's beautiful. I've been cracking up too. I've seen a lot of his posts like, hey, some random guy came on this podcast. Like, I don't like this podcast, but it's the best produced, which it is. You guys.
Oh yeah, he fucked you up too, man. He was having to go, this fucking Eric guy.
He tried, and it was on the Osmosis Reddit, and nobody disagreed with anything I said. Well, yeah, liquidity is designed to go down. That's kind of how the model works. It's like, yeah, and it has from. Like, everyone was freaking out when it went under 100 million. Now it's under 70. It's still going down. And they've added collateral to the Osmosis team loan. They haven't actually paid any of it off, which means they get lower and closer to liquidating more and more Osmo.
Oh, that shit over there on Umi right now, man. How much is sitting out there at Umi? About 4 million Osmo or something like that, dude.
And there's less and less liquidity on which to dump it. One other thing I'd like to bring up on this podcast is like right now on the Commonwealth, which is kind of like the forum for Stargaze, they're talking about bootstrapping and using community pool funds to incentivize liquidity pools on Osmosis to try to build up POL. Now, the way they want to build up POL through like minting, using coins other than Stargaze, have some of it buy back stars, set up protocol and liquidity, that's great. The issue is trying to balance this in these new V3 type pools. most people don't realize this. More than 50% of LPs on Uniswap V3 are losing money. Bidirectional and permanent loss is no joke, and people aren't getting how this works yet. And trying to add community pool funds to put this liquidity there makes it really easy to take the USDC that's being pulled up, and now the LP position's only in stars, and then it adds more sell pressure because by concentrating the liquidity, you get past that cliff, it falls a lot further. Get past that cliff, it falls a lot further. So this actually leads to more efficient rugs, like not by the team, like rugging on the team. So I'm going to talk to them next week and just kind of make sure that if they want to pursue that direction, they understand what they're getting into, but too, like we can get them better stuff on Astrovault. So it's, yeah, people need to understand what's truly going on with osmosis, what's truly going on in the direction of DeFi, because they don't understand the axioms that they're just blindly supporting. There's like new narrative, somebody pumped my bags, and this ain't it, Chief.
No, it isn't. And you know what? I told you I was going to share my guilty pleasure tonight, and I will. I'll do it right here. On one of these wallets here, I happen to be maintaining a liquidity position in one of their supercharged Omni Hyperdex fucking pools. Let me show you. Let me break it down for you guys so that you understand what's happening here. Holy shit! Did you see? Look at! It's a failed project, man. Look at Jackal. I'm maintaining. I think I pretty much have the entire, at least the bulk of the liquidity in a particular pool over here on Osmosis. That's the USDC Jackal pool. What do I got? 20,638 sitting in that thing. But the funny thing, and this is the part that I wanted to point out because I don't really want to support this pool, but if I pull out of this thing, the whole TVL on that particular pool is going to go down to about $2,000, and it's just optics, man. That's the only reason I have this. So I started with that was my original assets that I pushed into this was 275,000 Jackal and 6,000 USDT, and while this pool has been live, I'm now down to 244,000 Jackal and 7,600 USDT. So the more Jackal goes up, the more it gets liquidated. The token that I don't want to lose is getting liquidated on this very pool, and it's becoming USDT. Now, I know Eric has very, very strong opinions about this particular thing. So now that he sees it, I'm sure your screen is caught up to my screen, and you can see that I've acquired 1,600 USDC and lost 30,000 Jackal while I earned $58 on this particular pool. Guys, look, this is $20,600, and I've earned $58 on it. While losing 30,000 Jackal at the same time. Eric, why don't you explain this? Because I'm a clown and people don't really they don't care what I have to say. But why don't you explain why that is happening and how that is not exactly advantageous to me?
I mean, honestly, that's working pretty well for you, and about as well for you as it can. So you're getting everything there is hope for, where it's actually staying in between your range and you're earning a higher percent of trade fees. Obviously, no incentive, so you're not going to get APRs as high as liquidity providing.
Nope.
But where it really becomes an issue is as soon as it gets outside of your range.
It will never get outside of my range. All right, dude. Look, I am 24/7, 365. I'm watching. Don't even grit. I show my Camelot pools all the time, dude. You know I'm in Ethereum USDC.
It doesn't matter if you're updating every single second. Like it. In order to rebalance, you have to constantly trade. Trading costs yourself fees. One big buy order, one big sell order takes it to the edge. Even if it doesn't get outside of your trade range, in order to rebalance, like you still need to like take some and move it and move your range to get to the other side of it.
And I'm super close on this right now.
All of this is a ton of work. It's expensive. You're still not going to be earning APR as high as just staking the asset.
It is.
And this is the best that you can hope for in this situation. As soon as it gets outside of your range, then the price changes a lot. Now you're earning, now there's a ton of impermanent loss, and you have to move price further in that direction, which is great for us if the price goes up out of your range and you have to buy more. But then the issue is it goes down under your range and you have to sell more to get back into that position. And that's what I'm worried about with things like Stargaze, where it causes these kind of like cascading liquidations. If you look at these price charts or these liquidity charts, there's like up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And these big jumps are really expensive. It's called bidirectional impermanent loss.
Oh, and, yeah, you get banged on that, dude. I'm in the right things, though, so I don't really, I'm indifferent to it because my token is only going up because Scott knows how to pick them. Sorry, dude. Look, man, I've been I've been profitable through the bear. All right, I am the man. But
Great
if
job,
we
dude.
go, yeah. But if we take a look at stars over 30 days, because you brought it up, that's not something you want to be invested in, man. And I understand they got the hyper omni liquidity pools on these things. Can you imagine how badly that people are taking it in the shorts that are on this thing right here, man? And this is no better than Stride. That's the funny thing. In fact, as a matter of fact, I like to plant flowers, meaning that I speak positively about things. And the positive thing that I'm going to say about this right now is that Stars has literally outperformed Stride over the last 30 days, dude. Round of applause. All right. I'm a big NFT guy. You know I'm huge into the market. I'm not big into NFTs, man. I own very, very few of them. They're neat things, man, but it's not something that I'm gonna take very, very seriously. I know Eric goes a different way. So I'm not going to bust him on that. But right now, yeah, Stars is. Can you imagine how many people are getting shellacked on Stars right now? Go ahead, Eric. Talk up Stars, man.
Yeah, they're building some really cool stuff. I know you're not a fan of NFTs,
Nope.
and all I'm saying is you're not a fan of what NFTs have done so far. When you talk about tokenizing real world assets, where every house deed is going to be an NFT and you can fractionally own it, where like, oh, I own 4% of this house. Oh, I have to pay so much to the DAO to keep maintenance costs, but I can sell my position without having to sell the entire house. Like, and getting rid of like 5% realty fees, which are ridiculous. Like, there's so much cool stuff that will be NFTs that people won't even realize are NFTs. Like, oh, this is just the digital deed. Now that's gonna exist as NFTs. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer, faster and faster. Stargaze is the head of the Cosmos ecosystem as far as NFTs go right now. Both they and Omniflix are doing some really cool stuff. Now that their market cap's down like under $9 million, to me, it's a really interesting play. I think it was overvalued for a while, but they're the like Decenter has the most active users. Stargaze has the biggest, best, most robust community. That's very, very active, very talkative. Communities can be monetized, which we see through like Twitter, through everything. That alone tells me that partnerships with Stargaze are really important. Stuff that they're doing with NFTs towards DeFi, which my team is also working a lot of stuff with. Hopefully, there's cool overlap in the future. It is going to be huge in the future. Now, whether they're able to be the team that succeeds, I don't know. But right now, they're the best position to, if any success in that capacity will come in Cosmos.
You know, it's funny too, though. You just pigeonholed me just like that, saying Scott doesn't like NFTs, therefore he doesn't like digital art. I don't care. All right, it's lost on me. All right, it's
Same.
completely lost on me. The whole thing, the whole idea is lost on me. Now, I paid a Cardano guy because there was one particular product that I was looking for an app that I'm building that's called Amuse. Now, guys, look, this is a Dropbox. You said you want a Dropbox? All right. Fuck you. I'm building it. It should be ready in about a week. We're going to display it and come out at NFT Nashville. Eric, I don't suppose you have an Android phone, do you?
Oh, I wish.
Balls. That means I have to buy an Android phone to even show this off. It'll be ready for Android. It will not be ready for iOS, dude. I got 2 developers. I pay them. They can only work so goddamn fast. So Android, and they're both Mac users, so you know they love Android. So I'm stuck.
Get it on Decenter.
That's going to be the next thing. But I paid a Cardano guy. I gave him $5,000. He said, yes, I can do this. All I was looking for was a simple NFT, just a ticket that says I can purchase it here, I can redeem it here, and it turns into storage space for a Muse app. That's it. That's all I wanted. All right, nice and simple. I believe in use case NFTs. VeChain is doing something that is absolutely incredible with NFTs, meaning that they're turning them into use case NFTs. Nice and simple. All right. And in this case, they're using them in parts and logistics. They're partnered up with BMW so that they stamp an NFT on a part. And when you get the NFT, when you get the part on the other side, you scan it. Yep, this is it. This is the authentic part. I like use case NFTs. I think they should be concert tickets. I think they should be plane tickets. I think they should be everything. Absolutely. But as far as digital art, like the clowns and the bad kids, no, don't give a fuck, dude. It's completely lost on me. I'm 52 years old, dude. All right, I'm not going to pay a whole bunch of money for a little digital icon, pixelated icon that is smoking a cigar and holding nunchucks. All right, it's completely lost on me. But As far as use case, I would absolutely love to buy an NFT that I could redeem on Decenter for Jackal storage. I would love something like that. And as a matter of fact, for anybody listening, I will fund development of something just like that. Because Elon Musk saw PayPal and said, I'm going to get money on this. I see this, redeemable NFTs for actual cash or a product, and that's going to be the future 10 years from now. So I am more than happy to fund development of this if somebody can fucking do it. And by the way, the Cardano guy completely flaked. As soon as I sent him money, never heard back from I never heard back from him, dude.
That's literally what Cardano is. You should have. I'm sorry, man.
Should have what? Should have fucking talked to you? You don't answer my text, dude. I go days and days and you don't. Bullshit. You
download Telegram.
I don't do Telegram. I barely figured out Discord, and I barely understand Twitter. And you're
hit me up on Alter.
I'm not gonna. Oh, Alter. You know what? For what it's worth, dude, I see a value in that. And I know we're over time, dude. I'm kind of hoping that Belle gets home because I sent her an invite link. So I'm kind of hoping she gets back to her hotel in time to pop on and join us here. All right, dude. Look, man, we're crazy over time. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations? And please tell me that you were at least looking at the comments because that's kind of what we do here.
I am, yes. Curtis Hill is asking how he can get Archway. Best way is to do it right on Astrovault. We have fee grants. If you go to astrovault.io and you bridge over a little bit of Atom, it'll actually prompt you in the UI. There's like bridge over 0.5 Atom and purchase Arch for the first time, and then you can use Arch for additional gas to buy more. It is available to a very small extent on Osmosis, but there's very little liquidity, and who knows if the router will go through. Lately, it hasn't been. So yeah, just use Astrovault.
You can't trust your own router, dude. You disappoint me, man.
No, you can trust the Astrovault router.
Okay. Yeah, and you're doing it live.
One that's, yeah.
I'm having such a good time tonight.
People are asking if AMP is pretty much stinks at this point.
AMP is a AMP is a perfectly indicative of what we call a shit show of people that bought into the hype, bought into the mystery, bought into, hang on, I want to check Decenter real quick. I want to see if I made more money. I guess I should just look at your damn thing. Oh, there we go, guys. Look at there. Decenter just hit .005. Eric, it's up 43.5% today. Going big screen here. Gentlemen, ladies, people of the Podocasters. I try my very damnedest to bring you alpha and to get you involved in something before it's actually going to occur. Because one of the best ways to really realize profits in crypto is to be in before other people are in. Now, what you're looking at right now is borderline a miracle, but it's really not. It's not a miracle because this is a product that was laying in wait. All right, this is the troll under the bridge. This is the reality that's been there the whole goddamn time, but you didn't look for it. And suddenly you're crossing the bridge and suddenly it's there, guys. This is 43.6% in one day, 24-hour period. That's what it looks like. Now, I get it. All right, crypto's tough, man. All right, there's whales out there and they're fucking us on A and B and C. I understand all that, man. But what we try to bring you here is value before it's value. Now, this is value before it's value. Eric is just grinning ear to ear right now. I can see him. I can see, look at him. What a cute man. He's just grinning ear to ear right now because he saw the value as well. He got in before it was a thing, before it really became an animal and started to take on a life of its own. What you're looking at right here is a market cap that went from market cap right there. That went from a market cap of $300,000 to $488,000 in a single day. Not because suddenly it changed what it is. Not because suddenly the foundationally it changed. But because people suddenly realize it and people are starting to get on board the fact that LSDs and magic internet money might not be the way going forward. Actual useful products might be the way going forward. Now, I don't do price predictions here because I don't give a shit. I don't care, man. All right. I'm a small ball kind of guy. And what I mean by small ball is 3, 5, 8% with massive buys in front of it. That's the way that I see crypto, because this is the way it works for me. But when you see something like this right in front of your eyes, meaning as we were having this discussion, this fucking thing went up 5%. Cosmos is dead. Cosmos isn't going to make it. Oh my God, it's bleeding. What the hell are you going to do? There's another guy, the same guy over here, posted this. Is Jackal a failed product? We're looking at the Reddit right now, Eric. Is Jackal a failed product? And 2 minutes later, he posts this. Do something to bring value in a shit market. That's his That's his post. And yet I sit here and flip over to Decenter. That's up 50 fucking percent in 24 hours. What I'm saying, folks, is that the value is here. It's always been here. You just have to tune out the fucking noise of the LSDs and the super omni, super mega flex pools and magic internet money and actually look at products, things that work, things that exist, things that bring value. It's sitting right here, and it's been sitting here the whole time. Eric, I can already see you tune it out, dude. Fuck you. Put your hat on. Questions or comments? I'm trying to drag my feet, dude, to see if Bell will make it onto the stream before we cancel it.
Bella, we miss you. No, G Torres is asking, who's buying deck here? Look at that spike. Yes, sir. Chi, I don't know if it's Chi or Kai, is coming in saying, look at market cap. It has been oversold for months. Come back to buy it at 1 cent, sir, after it goes up another 100%. Spot on. And Kai, appreciated your comments here
Very
in
nice,
the
dude.
Astrovault and Decentral telegrams, which Scott doesn't have Telegram.
No, I don't know. Dude, I can barely do the tweeter.
G Torres also said he could not even see Arch on Osmosis. He used Astrovault. Absolute Chad. That's what adults do. And Black Tornado saying Jackal for life. 100%.
I'm not saying that, man. Look, I'm not saying that. Let's take a look at Arch, by the way. Let's see if we can swap the big dog for Arch, because I've been having some trouble with that one as well. But don't worry, all is well. So if we're showing Osmosis right now, by the way, we're trying to swap Atom for Arch, and I can't even get it to fucking show up in the list when I type in the search bar Arch. But don't worry. We can get stars. We can get Stargaze. We can get Mars. We can get Stride Mars. We can get Dot Axelar, USDC. We can get everything we want except what we're actually looking for. But don't worry. I saw a tweet today, and all is well. Everything is FUD. You're going to love this, dude. It's FUD that is funded by Kajira. Now, I'm not a Kajira guy, dude. I'm not. All right? I'm absolutely not. This is another one. It's a closed source, dude. I can't see what you're doing. Are you guys? You know what? I don't even know, Eric. But I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Are you guys open? Are you guys open source?
No, we're not.
Why?
Because we built some really cool shit, and we're going to make money on it before we go open source.
Okay,
we're not going to let other really equipped teams go and copy it. So I'm not upset with Kuji's main thing being open closed source. What I am concerned about is their stablecoin. If we were to build a stablecoin, that would be closed source, or that would be open source, because that is supposed to be a public money. What we did for our application that we built ourselves from the ground up, not forked code, we built a bunch of cool stuff that nobody else has done before. That is staying closed source. My concern with Kujira is they go around pretending like they're huge tokenomics specialists, and they were the same people that were in Terra Luna. Like, if you were that good at tokenomics, you wouldn't have gone down with Terra Luna. And they just like, oh, we turned off inflation. We're geniuses. It's like that. They don't understand it. So, I mean, they have the best community in Cosmos. I respect the hell out of them. And I respect anyone who survived that collapse. Just some of the condescension that comes from their team. Or like I've seen some things from Manta DAO. It's like, no, you don't understand what you're talking about. And I'm not going to be talked down to in this way.
Manta. Hey, are you going to get Manta on? You should definitely get Manta on your decks, dude. I'm just saying, I think it's important. I think it's very, very critical that you get Manta over there. Dude, they're on Twitter, all right? And it's like every other fucking post is Kajira or Manta. So, Eric, have you been... Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to ask you that, dude. I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass on that one. How about this? Can I see your code, Eric? Will you open up your code for me?
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
What are you gonna do? You know how to read it?
No. No,
No,
I'm just saying when you
for
opened up.
strategic partners, we've gone in Archway has done like sanity checks. We are gonna like do audits and whatnot. For like key investors or whatnot, we give them access to stuff. So yeah, like prove that it's real that we do have this much stuff. They're like, oh, how come
No.
your audit quote is coming in at like way more than a layer one blockchain? It's like because we built more than a lot of layer one blockchains. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god, dude! Look at this shit, man. Look at the center right now, dude. I'm showing your decks, by the way, guys. I only bought in for for $1,500 because there's effectively no liquidity over there. I'm looking at just shy of $2,000 today. Just saying, man. It works out well. Let's look at your pools, dude. Let's see if they're sexy. I know you're done, dude. I don't care. Fuck you. You're gonna stay on the stream. You know what? Dude, put it out on Twitter, man. Get some more people over here because this is the actual fucking alpha that you need if you want to be successful over here at Twitter. As we're talking, dude, remember that TVL on that little Dex and XDex pool? It was $7,000 when we started. It's $1,222 now. It's almost doubled since we started this stream. Now, I'm not gonna say it's because we started the stream. I'm not gonna say that at all. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I saw a funny tweet.
If you didn't talk to me about Decenter 3 weeks ago, it wouldn't be live on Astrovault. We wouldn't be getting it this much exposure. Like, seriously, props to you and props to your guys' community. The reason I keep coming back is you have the smartest and best audience of
it's
any
the
channel.
podcast, dude. These guys are just tip top, man. You want to see pain? Come on to our Discord. And by the way, guys, we do have a Discord if you want to see it. I would ask Belle to link it, but she's not here.
I got you.
Yeah, okay. If you want to see me just not talk, go to our Discord because these guys are asked questions like, I don't even know what you said, dude. All right. I have no idea. What I do is I look for undervalued assets and I buy them up. And then people come in behind me and they give me money. That's what I do. Almost like it's crypto. We're stupidly over time. I'm gonna check my phone and see if Belle's gonna make it on, dude. I know you didn't plan on doing this late, but you know what?
Oh,
Go
absolutely.
fuck yourself.
My youngest daughter's potty training right now, and if I was downstairs, then I would have to be the one cleaning all that shit up. So as long as this needs to go, I might just pretend it goes 30 minutes longer.
Okay, I'm texting her right now, man. Jump on the stream. All right, so while we're still talking and we still have people listening, which I'm shocked, by the way. That again, dude, it hits me hard, man. You don't know it, dude. I've been years, all right. I've been doing this, just years and years and years. I've been doing this with effectively no audience, but the same people come back and see us every single day. Every single time we go live, it's the same people, man. It's a big deal. How long did you do Secret Code podcast?
About a year.
And you got to admit, man, when you had to give it up, it was a hit to you, right? I mean, it was tough. It was tough walking away from that because you got a year worth of your life into that.
I mean, for the overall secret ecosystem, far more than a year. And that was just a lot of hits all at once. That was a really, really tough patch in my life.
And I feel the same way, man. Cause it's different for us. So we never really had a big audience, man. It's always been the same smart people that pin my ears back every time I start talking about shit, man. They just absolutely go savage on me, and I have to deal with it. But that's you understand where I'm coming from, man. I've been doing this for years with a very small core audience, and I hope I bring value to them, man. That's the only reason that we do it. And there's a reason that I've effectively climbed in bed with you. I got to make sure Clayton gets it right. I want to make sure that when the post goes on osmosis that it's verbatim. Because I see value in your decks, because I think you're looking at things a different way and you're looking at them the right way, meaning that you're looking at them as a business and saying, how can I help myself and help the people that are on there? That's what I see with your decks, and that's the reason that I'm coming on. I absolutely love, and I'm not kissing your ass because you don't pay me shit. You never have, dude. I'm a 6+ figure guy over on your decks. I'm supporting your goddamn TVL because I think it's the right thing to do. But with a lot of the things that we have over here, man, the pools make sense. All right, the decks make sense. The way it works makes sense. And that statistics page, which is probably the most important thing to me over here, is that it makes sense. Is that you are attracting. Oh, God, look at this center. 54%, dude, in 24 hours. Do you guys follow me on Twitter? You really should follow me on Twitter because sometimes we nail it. 54%. And look at it carry everything, dude. Even Adam, which is absolutely in the shit right now, is up. Because even the little bit of activity that's happening on that DEX is look at there. There's Adam, guys. All right, that's not enough, man. Let's look at it over 90 days. It fucking looks like Beacree over 90 days. You don't believe me? That's okay. Let's pull up Beacree and see how Beacree looks over 90 days. And this is really the enlightening thing when people actually look at it. And he said, "Oh, look, it looks just like Beacree over." Over 90 days, dude. That's Adam. That's your ecosystem token, man. That's the thing that binds us all together. And it looks like a bucket of ass until you come over to this little page right there, which is on Astrovault. And you actually see, holy shit, we're making some money on it. Maybe there's something here. That's all I'm saying. Eric, do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations before I just go nuts on? I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, dude. This
Divergent
thing is...
Dan says it is, he misses it every time. It's good to see you. And we're going to rerun. I don't know if he means the show or if Descender's going to do another run after the show. Jack Sparrow and Black Tornado are going to go give Astrovault a shot. So thank you guys very much.
It's right there. Look, round of applause. Round of applause for the boys supporting. All right, supporting. Because I don't think they quite get it. I don't think the cosmos gets it, man. But they will. Again, dude, I look for value where where people are not seeing it, man. And I've been doing this successfully for a long, long time. And the thing that's missing in Cosmos is that little core group of people. Now, I talk about the Nash equilibrium a lot. Eric, are you familiar with the Nash equilibrium?
No.
I thought you were a fucking econ guy, dude.
Economic philosophy. It's like,
Yeah, and you're not familiar with the Nash equilibrium.
I'm not.
Oh my God, you disappoint me, dude. I'm sorry. I thought I was teeing you up. I thought I was teeing you up.
You loved it, and I don't have the hops to jam it. I'm sorry.
Just to knock it out of the park.
At least I'm honest.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that you didn't try to bullshit your way through because I'd have had to call you on it, man. Like, the Nash equilibrium is the fact that we are all basically PvP investors. All right, we are. This is player versus player. I'm trying to get your money. You're trying to get my money. Now, our strategies, our investment strategies, they don't really need to change as long as none of them are changing, meaning that if we're all in the boat and we're all rowing the same direction, we can all be profitable together, even though we are not specifically working together. The only time that we really have to change our investment strategies is when Eric, right there, decides to jump out, realize profit, say, fuck you, I've got enough, and I'm out. Suddenly, we're not all rowing the same direction. Eric is pushing the goddamn oar the wrong way, and now we're sitting there going in a circle. Now, when you start to see us going in a circle, you start to pull up something like Bitcoin that is going to be looking like this, nice and flat, pretty much all the way across, even though if we break it out over a 30-minute chart, oh my God, look, it's making a big boost, but it's really not. All right, considering the volume of Bitcoin, this thing is effectively flat. It's not really moving because some of us are pulling this way and some of us are going the other way. Now, if you do not change your investment strategy based on market conditions, meaning that you're this guy, you're the diamond hand, you're the holder, you're never, ever, ever going to change your move because you believe solely that you're making the right thing, doing the right thing. That works great until a whole bunch of us decide that you're not doing the right thing, and we absolutely bury you under your diamond hands and under your strong moral belief that what you're doing is the right thing. And suddenly you're down 60, 70, 80%, or even more if you look at something like Crescent over a year that is used to be 20 cents. It is now sitting at 0.014. Now, the reason that happened is because there are plenty of people that are bigged into this that are saying, I'm doing the right thing. They're rowing the same way, while the rest of us are taking money and just leaving the boat. We're pushing it the other way. Now, the thing that could blow Cosmos out, and this is a philosophical thing, guys. I just want to make sure that you understand this. The thing that'll blow Cosmos out is a strong group of core investors that are looking at use case tokens, that are looking at things fundamentally and saying, does this make sense? It does. So we all get together. We all start doing things like standing up validators on Decenter, like embracing things like Bicana, like getting behind things like Astrovault, because it actually generates revenue. And this tiny little subset cult that suddenly is getting together and we're all in the boat and we're all rowing it the same way, suddenly we continue to go up in value. And it shocks everybody because look at Atom, look at Osmo, look at all the things that we know to be true that simply are not. And you get into something that is fundamentally sound, that is economically sound. And next thing you know, you're making money. And then everybody wants to come over there with you, but it doesn't really matter now because you're in first. And go ahead, Eric, I can see you chomping at the bit, dude. Go ahead, speak your piece, man.
We got a brilliant comment in here from Bud saying, what does the Stride tweet mean? They are pausing Atom liquid staking. Now, my guess was that this was in reference to them basically recognizing that both their community and the Atom community was like, no, this merger idea is stupid.
Yep.
But no, I just got linked to that tweet that he's referencing, and Stride has fully tweeted out like 4 hours ago or so that the Atom staking rewards have been slightly more volatile than expected.
I saw
and so
that.
favoring safety over liveness, they're basically going to pause Atom liquid staking for 3 days. Remember how I said like they're way more volatile than they should be, and they do not and cannot maintain peg? Well, apparently now they're just going to pause it when they can. And I want you guys to all know that any of these liquid staking derivatives can just pause it for any moment of time. I've talked about the inevitable Mexican standoff before. If you guys know who Jay Kwan is, he's like the founder of Tendermint, the guy who created all of Cosmos. He heads All In Bits. He's really been forward about like the security and incentives of staking derivatives are weird, where it like incentivizes slashing and centralization. My concern with staking derivatives are purely economic, where at some point, like what if the Stride token goes close to zero? If that happens, then what if and they have so much Atom locked up? What if they're like, hey, we'll only unlock this Atom if you guys pay us so much money? Because that kind of thing can happen. Like fundamentally, I'm not saying Stride's going to do that, and I'm not saying anybody has the intention of being a bad actor. But if it gets to a point where it's like either I feed my kids or I keep this protocol working the way that we've said we're going to, a lot of people will choose to feed their kids. And the people at risk is whoever has TVL and this kind of stuff. So this is why it's really, really important to me to build sustainable things so that you can have the intended functionality be the true functionality in perpetuity. So just beware and see that this is happening now and wonder under what circumstances this will stop happening. Because I don't think that ever happens.
It's not going to happen, dude. As long as they're still feeding the people at the top, those people at the top are going to continue to turn you, the investor, the product, into food, man. It is what it is. We've been talking this up for months and months. It's neat that you're now seeing it actually come into effect. Isn't that funny, dude? We became Solana. We just became Solana, and we did it willingly. I mean, we all just walked into it by ourselves. All right, Eric, Bell ain't gonna make it, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, dude. I could do this all fucking night, by the way. I'm nicely tight. I've had just enough bourbon to make me swear. So I could do this all night, man, but there's no way we're going to keep people hanging on. And I know that you have a family that you have to get down there and start potty training. So 30 seconds, 60 seconds, however you need, dude, you're full screen. Go ahead, talk it up. I will talk us out, and it's been wonderful.
Scott, thanks for having me on. Community, appreciate the live feedback this episode. It's been fantastic, and you guys have all really, really been incredible. I just want everyone to go try using Astrovault, try getting some deck, and go download and use Decenter. I know we're all happy with Brave, and we're not looking, like I wasn't looking for a new browser anyways. I just wanted to try it. Literally try it once. If you're not hooked on it immediately, then go back to using Brave or whatever else. It is genuinely better. I'm not saying that because they're on my decks. They're on my decks because it's true. And I was like, I need to go get these guys. This is brilliant. So please just try it out. If you like it, if you love it, send it to 3 friends, send it to some of your family. Be like, hey, you can actually have secure browsing. Send it to your buddies who are like, you promise them you're going to have to delete their browser history later. Be like, hey, you've got this locked here on your wallet. Like, you can do things so much better and safer. And now all of the real products in the Cosmos ecosystem are going to be routed seamlessly in. It is going to be the Web 2, Web 3 hybrid. So I'm super bullish on their team, on what they're building, and I'm using Dissenter for everything. I'm using that for the stream right now. So just give it a shot.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the ThePodocasts, thank you for enduring me and Eric on a 90-minute stream, dude. We don't usually go this long, man. We kind of wrap it at an hour. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, man. That's about it. We try to bring you value. That's what we do here, man. We try to bring you guys some value and maybe a different way of looking at crypto. I believe that I have it right. My money is absolutely where my mouth is, and I show it to you guys. You want to see? Go ahead, have a look, man. This is what I'm doing. Anyway, man, look, we're gonna go ahead and call it. I'm not gonna go live tomorrow, man. I might make some videos. I don't know, but I'm not gonna go live tomorrow. So you'll probably see us again on Wednesday. If you would like Eric from formerly of Secret Code Podcasts and currently of Astrovault, if you want him back, man, just ask, dude. I'm sure he could probably free up some time. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Questions or comments, Scott at ThePodocasts.com, and I will answer any and all of them. I don't get that many emails. Guys, thanks for spending your Saturday evening with us, and we'll catch you next time. We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.